Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to my first ever wild camp. And I've been thankfully invited along by Dave Outdoors in front of me. Say hello, Dave.
Let me breathe in first. Good afternoon, everybody.
And we have come up to the top. Well, where are we going today, Dave? Why don't you tell the viewers? You've got more of a knowledge base than I have about this area.
Okay, so we're on top of the Longmynd. We've parked at Pole Cottage and we're taking a slow bimble up over to a lovely hill called Callow Hill. The views up there you can see far south, far to the east, over towards Brownclea Hill, Titterston Hill. It's an absolute beautiful spot up there, it really is. I have a little bag with me, and on the front of it it's printed "no trash, no trace." So it's everything we put our litter in. All we leave is just footprints, and we're hoping for a good night tonight.
Yeah, so Dave's been promoting the importance of leave no trace to me, especially for my first wild camp. So I'm very much looking forward to this. I must admit, a little bit of a trepidation, a little bit of anxious nerves going out onto the hills for the first night. So join me for the rest of this video as I either enjoy my time or I have a nightmare on my first ever wild camp. I'll see you shortly. Wow, so we've been walking only 5 minutes and already I've been blessed with some absolutely amazing views of the Longmynd in Shropshire. I'll just show you around me now. Look at that. That is crazy. And I think it's only coming on these kind of routes where you really do go off the kind of normal beaten track, walking track, that you get to see views like that. I feel so privileged to live in England, in particular Shropshire, because views like that are 10 a penny. I suppose, Dave, with you, this is what you see all the time.
This is basically the norm, yeah. And I must admit, it doesn't get boring whatsoever.
Yeah, you never get used to that, I suppose.
No, I mean, yeah, just reiterate what you've just said. I mean, living in Shropshire, we're lucky we are to have all this on our doorstep.
Yeah, we certainly are.
Get into Snowdonia and that, it just opens up even more.
And we're not too far away from the place where we're going to be camping for the night, but I'm just going to show you the view ahead of me right now and just across Dave's shoulder, and hopefully you'll be as breathless as I am looking at this. But the wide angle lens really doesn't do this view justice, and if it wasn't such a humid day with all the hue in the air, I could probably see from much further. But what is that over there then, Dave?
You can see Craven Arms.
Yeah.
And then just a little bit further, when we're on top of this hill, you'll be able to see Ludlow. And then on a very clear day, you can see as far as the Black Mountains.
What number camp would this be then, Dave, on the Longmynd? How many times have you been up on the Longmynd?
Get a calculator. I've lost count, mate. I've lost count. This has got to be about the 40th time, I think.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow. So what Dave doesn't know about the Longmynd probably isn't worth knowing. I think I'm going to cut this little clip here so I can catch my breath. I'll see you in a sec. All right, mate?
Loving it.
And there we are, ladies and gents, right at the very top. So this marks our ascent and our breathless lunge. Oh wow, look at that. Now if that's not a view, I don't know what is. Oh, totally worth the cardiac arrest.
Hell yeah. I'll get the oxygen mask out, right?
Dave's over there enjoying the view. Give us a wave, Dave. Give us a wave, Dave. So yeah, we're just enjoying this spot at the moment, looking out across that beautiful view. And we're going to be joined by Richard, I believe his name is. He runs a YouTube channel called Wild Astro. He's going to be joining us shortly with his little boy on this beautiful little spot in the Longmynd in Church Stretton. Put my jacket on because it's a little bit more windy now. The wind's picking up a little bit, the temperature's starting to drop slightly, so I'm feeling really thankful that I've brought along my hoodie and joggers to sleep at night with, to go in my sleeping bag, because it might get a little bit chilly, but the sun is hidden itself behind the clouds now. You can see the rays of sun coming through the sky. Everything still looks beautiful, and the view is still as pretty as it was when I first arrived. And it won't be long before we start actually setting up camp. Is that your second now, is it?
Morgan Spicy Rum and Kirk.
Oh, okay. What was the first one you had?
A Brewdog. It was an IPA.
Okay.
Yeah. Very nice brewery for IPAs.
So a little tradition of Dave is whenever he gets to the summit of one of his walks, he'll always crack open a little can.
Celebration, that's what it is.
Yeah. All right, guys, I'm probably going to join you again once we've set up camp a little bit. We'll see you then. And there we are, guys. I'm feeling rather proud of that, and I'm glad to say I did it all by myself. Joking aside. No, Dave did give me a little bit of a hand putting this Vango Banshee 300 together. And I'm joined with a new face of the channel. Richard, say hello.
How you doing, guys?
This is another YouTuber from Shropshire, and Rich runs a channel called Wild Astro.
Wild Astro, that's
So you're
right.
into your astrophotography?
Astrophotography, hiking, wild camping. There's a few tutorials over there if anyone's interested in astrophotography and that sort of thing as well. So
Awesome. Seems like two hobbies that seem perfect to combine.
they do work really well together. I was out on an astrophotography trip when I decided wild camping was the way to go.
Thanks, Rich.
Nice one, thanks, Brendan.
Okay then, guys, that is everything packed inside the tent, ready for a good night's sleep tonight. Let me just show you what I've got in here. So I've got this really cheap sleeping bag for my first wild camp. Don't ask me what brand it is. It's that brand. Maybe you'll know it better than I do. And I've also got a couple of these meals as well that I'm going to be having tonight. Excuse me leaning in my tent. I'm going to be having this chicken curry as recommended by Dave Outdoors. But this is the Vango Banshee inside, so I've got enough room to sleep, enough room to pack all my gear, and I've shown you this already, but Dave's just playing with his toy there, with his drone. But this is the view we're going to be waking up to. Gorgeous, beautiful. There's a little family of sheep down there in the distance, where I've just taken my first wild camping piddle. And there's Dave's drone. But I feel absolutely fantastic. I've set the tent up. My sleeping area is ready for tonight. We're gonna get some food on the go in a minute. And I just feel really, really positive. It's just a nice environment to be in with these two chaps. And yeah, just taking it easy. We're gonna watch the night go down. What do you think, Dave? Romantic?
Yeah, why not? Let's roll with that.
I've just got some hot water in this chicken curry meal recommended to me by Dave Outdoors. Enjoying the same one, aren't you?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
Dave's been a bit more smarter than me, unfortunately. He's got himself quite a long extended spoon. I was a bit silly on my first wild camp, and I got a multi-tool thinking I'd be clever, but unfortunately the whole tool is more or less sitting inside this curry. But I'm going to take a little seat here and I'm going to tell you what this curry tastes like. Some of you that are watching that are into wild camping might think that this is a nice curry, might think that it's not a good curry. Okay, so this is Adventure Food chicken curry. Proper Michelin star stuff, this, isn't it, Dave?
5-star, mate, it is, yeah.
Okay, here we go. Do you know what? That's not bad. That is not bad.
All right, aren't they?
Yeah.
They are good.
I'll just show you what we got here. I know some of you that watch really love the food that I eat on this channel. Now, this isn't top-end street food by no means, but when it comes to rehydrated meals, Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. For any of you wondering, in the next part of this video, while my face looks like I've been kicked by a horse, I had some serious problems with my wisdom teeth in the night, and it resulted in my cheeks looking like I've been storing food for the winter. Just wanted to address the elephant in the room. Now, let's continue with the rest of the video. Good morning, guys. What a chilly morning it is. So I've got my jumper on, and I've had my first night on my wild camp. I must admit, I only got about 2 hours sleep. I think every little noise, I was thinking some axe murderer is going to come and kill me. Lovely jubbly. Safe to say both of us didn't get a great night's sleep last night. Would you say?
Rough.
Yeah, it was a bit rough. I think I got a couple hours. We survived, didn't we?
We made it.
But yeah, got a bit nippy in the night up on the top of this hill in Longmynd, and yeah, a little bit chilly, but the sleeping bag that I've got, which you'll have to give me the name of because I have no idea, held up pretty well, so it wasn't too bad at all. Got all snug in there and settled down. It was more the noises that kept me awake. Alright guys, once I've woken up a little bit and I don't feel so groggy and got this down the neck, I'll speak to you again in a sec. Alright then guys, on the cairn on top of this hill, I have completed my first ever wild camp. All thanks to Dave Outdoors. Thanks Dave. You're welcome, no problem. It's been a brilliant night. Can't say I got the best night's sleep, but it has been a good night. We enjoyed a nice little meal last night, chicken curry, looked on some beautiful views, crossing Church Stretton just to my right over there, and I've had a brilliant time. If you're new to this channel and you're coming because of the wild camping, hopefully you'll decide to stick around for some more adventures of mine. There'll be a few more wild camping videos to come in the future, and if you're an existing subscriber, hopefully this has been to your liking, getting in the great outdoors in the Shropshire Hills in England. Okay, I'm going to let you enjoy the rest of your day while I get down the top of this mountain and get back home in the warm. I'll see you later.